Today, on Abrasive and Proud of It Live, we're going clamping. Love it when we're live. I'm Chris, and I'm in the studio. We're going to talk about blades.
And what you'll notice is that it's in the on position, but the tip is not hot. Okay, so I'm not going to burn myself.
Just like that, this is called jogging. This is my kind of jog. I'm not into that heavy physical fitness stuff, so this works out good for me.
Today we're going to be talking about chucks, and the cold jaws would be for taking and holding the bulb this way.
We always recommend leaving at least a 1/16 inch gap. It actually moves up and down and side to side that are great if you're just looking to get something small to do some little tinkering with.
Good afternoon. This is Abrasive and Proud of It Live with Mr. Chris Woodsmith in the studio, and today we're talking clamps.
That's right, Mike. We are back, and we've got a cool little set of things for you today. Everybody that's a woodworker, you got to have clamps. Whether you're doing full glue ups, whether you need heavy clamping, whether you need funky clamping, or whether you're just doing delicate veneers, well, you kind of got to have clamps. Well, we wanted to showcase a cool little line of products from Dubuque Clamp Company. Obviously, they're from Iowa. And they started like in 74, worked out of the garage. I mean, just a small little family place. But they built a really good, high-quality clamp. And so we're going to showcase some of the things they've got and, let you see just a taste of what we offer here. And they offer a few other sizes that we don't normally carry. But we are expanding the line constantly. So we're going to look at some of the things and kind of go from there and hopefully get some insight. And then later we're going to take a look at some contour sanding to sort of complement the email that we just sent out. I believe it was yesterday or today. Whenever it was, it's got some contour sanding stuff on it. So let's take a look. Now we're going to go deep into the old school vault and we're going to look at these funky little hand screw clamps. Let me get one here that doesn't have the label on it so you don't have something flapping in the breeze. So as you can see, the quick way to adjust these on the fly is like this, but this is where it allows you to fine tune these. These are all made of a hard maple, a very good steel, a heavy duty steel threaded rod, and obviously the maple is going to hold up. It's got really good solid hardware inside. This is a very cool old school kind of thing, but if you got to clamp something at a weird angle, not necessarily parallel, you could, but if you need to clamp something just down here on the ends, the hand screws make that easy. Also, depending on the size, you could get into something like this and get a very deep jaw to be able to clamp a lot of deep parts that you need to, or wide parts, depending on your applications. So what we'll look at here is, let's just take this simple these two pieces of wood, and you can see they are nothing more than two pieces. If I needed to glue these, now normally you'd want to glue these very well, but let's say this is something unique, and I only want to do the center of these. I don't want any kind of issue touching the top here or the bottom. I only want the tips of these clamps down there on the end. Well, what this allows you to do is thread this thing all the way out. You get this adjusted out so it's the way it needs to be. A little bit of time here, sorry. So now you can see this creates sort of a wedge shape. Now when you clamp these down, I can clamp these very tight, just like that. And as you can see, I'm only touching the centers of the part. There's a gap at the top on both sides. That's the nice thing about the hand screw clamps. If you need to do something unique like that, it allows you to do so. Or if you need full compression on the edge, I can literally lay these down and sort of get to a point right about there where if I need good solid support, this is better than a parallel style clamp, because now I have full support across this surface here. So this style of clamp allows you to do a lot of cool, versatile things that you can't do with the traditional clamp. And being that they're old school, they're sometimes fun to just play with. So that's what we'll be looking at here with the hand screw clamp. You're looking at, we've got a couple of sizes in a 4, a 6, 10, and 14, I believe. And so you can see this is a little 4-inch, a little something small, pocket size. Keep that in your apron or hang around your shop. But with those clamps, you can do a lot of versatile things and be able to, accomplish some interesting things that you got to clamp up in your shop. Now, moving on from there, we also have these little cam clamps. These are also known as luthier clamps. Why? Because they've got a unique little arc here. These are padded with a piece of cork you can see there, padded with a piece of cork so that it creates a softer contact point with the part. If you're trying to do veneer work or, i.e. with the luthier style, if you're trying to glue up some kind of instrument, stringed instrument, this allows you to get a deeper reach than most clamps and a softer contact. And the fact that this literally, let me turn it around like that so I got better access. You can see I can move these anywhere I need, kind of give it a little press at the top and just simply move that cam down. And that cam now opens up a gap right there and locks that piece in. It's not going anywhere. Now, if I torqued on it, I could. These aren't going to have quite the holding power of maybe some other clamps that are out there, but these are really designed to give you a soft touch. And if you really torque on that cam, these won't go anywhere. But because they have the cork on there, they're really designed to kind of get in there and hold parts in place while the glue sets up. So with these cam clamps, let me give you a better look at what this cam action does. You can see there's a cam lever, and as that's moved, it does open that face of that clamp up. You got roughly, I'd say 3/8 to 1/2 of an inch gap there. And if I turn it like this, you can see it a little more clearly. So the cam clamp action, because of the way this slot is designed in the maple, this pushes that out, which locks everything in place. So these are kind of old school. They're quick and easy. They're very reasonably priced, and they work well. So if you're looking to get into something in your shop and you need something like this, maybe you're working with a lot of veneers, check out these little clamps. These cam clamps work well and great addition to any shop. Now, moving on from there, let me kind of lay that down a little bit. We have these clamps here. These are the bar clamps, and they're aluminum, extruded aluminum, which is nice. The cool thing about these, I've had some of these in the past where the little notches weren't quite done on some of the cheaper brands. This has a very solid connection point back here on this little locking latch. So let's take a closer look at what that latch looks like. So as you can see here, it engages into that slot. So you've got about, 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch between each of the notches, and that locks it in place. There's a spring here that allows you to release that tension. But it's easy to tell when you've engaged a notch. And what you want to do with these is make sure that if your material is here, don't push it to your material and leave it. Go ahead and push it to the material and push back on this so that you know it's engaged into one of those notches. And then you can start over here on the other end with your thumb screw. What I like about these is it's got a very wide thumb screw, so it's easy to grab a hold of that and give it a good twist. You can get some decent torque on these. Being these are aluminum, obviously you don't want to you won't get quite the torque or the clamping pressure you would out of some parallel style clamps, but these do work really well. And for normal edge gluing, you'll find that these are a great addition to the shop. The price point is fantastic. I've got quite a few of these in my shop. What's nice is if you've just got a simple hook, makes it easy to hold these in place. If you build a normal rack, that'll lock right in place on the rack. You can hang them up on the wall. Very versatile little clamps. These are available in 24 to 72 inches. And the basic form and format is all the same with all of them. The only difference is the length of the bar based on your clamp. On the back side, you can see they're hollow. These are extremely lightweight. I would say this is like less than 2 pounds, which if you're building a clamp rack for the wall, that is something good to consider on that. Plus, with these, you're able to do a lot of things that other clamps can do. And with the price point, you can buy more of them. So check out these Dubuque aluminum clamps. Now what they've also done, and let me just move these out of the way. But that's not all, folks, as they would say. They've even made this little miter clamp attachment. So how this works, they've got an outside version that clamps up on the head side and an inside that clamps on the tailstock side. They've also got these little sandpaper pads mounted to them. You can see that at all. It helps keep things from sliding around, but they simply slide right over top of that. So there's no hardware required. You simply slide it on, and you're ready to go. And when you're ready to put your miter together, simply slide it in place like so, and give it a little bit of a tension right there. What's cool about that is it does have holes in the side so that you can then run nails or screws or whatever it is you're going to use as a fastener to join that miter together. But now, oops, fell apart when I picked it up. Put that back in place. So now you can do miters super easy on the fly. Get one corner locked in. If you don't want to deal with all the band clamp type things where you've got all the little corner brackets and everything else to contend with, you can simply do one joint at a time. So Dubuque's made it real easy with the miter add-on attachment. You've got the luthier style clamps here to be able to do a lot of unique style clamping. And if you're just like old school, well, we got those too. So check them out. Go to our website. You can look up Dubuque. There's probably going to be a link somewhere in the description of this video, eventually, I imagine. But no matter what you're trying to clamp, Dubuque's got a solution for you. So go check them out.
Absolutely. And so with the email that we had come out today that was talking about our gold sanding mop refills, they're 25% off. Our gold mini mops are 25% off. Mm-hmm. Our eyelet stars, which are 2-inch, are 25% off. And then the starter kits in both 6 and 4-inch are 20% off.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with our contour products, our contour sanding products, you really need to sort of hang tight and watch the rest of this, or go to the website and check them out, because every woodworker at some point has got to sand some contours, whether it's molding, doors, whatever it may be. There's a mop or a sanding product that we offer in the contour sanding line that'll suit the bill. And I believe we've got some videos we're going to show you. And if you hang tight, we'll show you what those are. But definitely want to look into those.
And here we go.
Hey everybody, Chris here with Clean Spores Woodworking Shop, back with another in our video series on contour sanding. Today, we're going to be looking specifically at the manual options that we have available for the sand mops. We have a lot of options because, well, there's people use them in different ways and have different applications. So whether you're trying to mount it on a 1/2-inch or 5/8 shaft, or whether you're trying to mount it in some sort of a drill or drill press, we got an option that's right for you. So let's take a look. So just like every contour sanding application is not the same, nor is how it has to be mounted and used. So for instance, we offer this flat bottom for our 1x4 mops. This is a great alternative and reduces potential damage to any parts that may be nearby and still allow you to get in there tight to sand those contours. We offer a standard 2x6 mandrel as well as a 2x6 extra long. Now the nice thing is the 1x4 mops will still work on these and allow you to build the mop to suit your needs based on different washer or spacer application. Now let's say you're not running these in a drill press or some horizontal application and you need to chuck them up so that they're running vertically. Well, that's why we offer these motor options. We have a 1/2-inch shaft option where this mounts right to the 1/2-inch shaft of your motor. This is a keyless chuck so you can fully loosen or tighten this up as needed. Great way to mount these on the side and be able to quickly change those out for those applications where you need to run those vertically. Then we also offer 2 standard shaft operations with a 1/2 and a 5/8. Both have Allen screws to lock it down to the shaft, and they're standard lengths to be able to fit normal mop applications. So no matter what your mounting need or what your sanding need, Clean Spores Woodworking Shop's got you covered. If you got any questions, give us a call today and see how we can help you with your contour sanding needs. To learn more,
All right. And then we'll do this one.
back again with another video in our series on contour sanding. Today, we're going to be taking a look at our sand mop starter kits. We have two options, a 4 and a 6, and a variety of grit range options to suit your needs. Each kit will come with a couple different items, but we're going to look at those and see which kit might be right for you. Klingspor's Woodworking Shop offers two different sizes in their sand mop starter kits, a 4-inch and a 6-inch. Each kit is similar, but slightly different. Each kit will get you a set of spacers. This allows you to put more spacers if you need a fluffier mop, or adds no spacers if you need a mop that's a little more standard. Each kit will also include 2 mandrels. Now this is where they will vary slightly. The 4-inch comes with a shorter mandrel with a flat end, as well as a longer mandrel, which is a double mop. The double mop allows for multiple sheets to be able to be applied to the mandrel. This allows you to have a wider mop in case you need it for those wider or deeper cuts. Keep in mind that thread will protrude through and could cause some issues if you're not careful, so just be cautious and know which your application may be. The shorter one, on the other hand, has a flat bottom, which allows you to get much deeper into the cut, but yet you can't stack as many strips to make a wide mop. This does allow for much closer, more accurate sanding in tighter areas. Has a 1/4-inch shank and still has plenty of room even if you wanted to add some spacers. So either mop of these in the 4-inch kit works fantastic. The 6-inch kit also comes with a double mop as well as a shorter version of that. Each kit will also include a set of stabilizers. These work really well depending on your application. Add the stabilizers if you need to create a tighter mop or create more of a burnishing look, or you can leave them off and create more of a fluffy, more contour following mop. Or go crazy since you get 2 mandrels and a bunch of strips and make one with and one without. And finally, what drives this whole kit, the refills. Each kit will get you 2 packs of refills, so you have a lot of options and a lot of ways you can configure each of your sets. The 4-inch comes with a 1-inch wide strip, which is much better suited for that smaller, more detailed application. The 6-inch comes with a 2-inch wide strip, which is much better for wider moldings and larger applications. So these components can be purchased separately, but we've made it easy and put them all in these kits for you. So 4 or 6-inch, 80 to 320, single mop or double mop, Klingspor's Woodworking Shop's got you covered. So save some time on your next sanding project and pick up your Klingspor's Woodworking Shop Sand Mop Starter Kit today.
So that would be 25% off on everything that he mentioned as far as the refills in 1x4 and 2x6, as well as the mini gold mops. They are 1-inch, 1.5, and 2 inches, as well as the eyelet stars. They're all 25% off, and then the starter kits are 20% off.
Yeah, those things are quite handy. I've been using them for a long time in my shop, and I do a lot of 3D contour stuff on my CNC. And I'll tell you what, if I didn't have those, I'm not sure. I'd probably would quit with all the hand sanding I'd have to do.
No kidding. All right. So don't forget that today we covered the Dubuque clamps, which you can get in 4-inch, 6-inch, 10-inch for the hand screw style clamp. And then we also have the luthier style in a 4.5 by 8 and a 4.5 by 16. And then we have the aluminum bar clamp in a 24, 36, and 48. I didn't show the 72 online. I think that is an in-store only. But all of those, as well as the miter attachment for those aluminum bar clamps, all of those can be purchased at woodworkingshop.com.
Yeah, Mike, and if you have a bunch of woodworkers come over, you can have a woodworking clamp game. Get a couple of these clamps and have a race to see who can close them the fastest. Just like that.
All right. We should do that competition.
What was my time? Was it good?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Oh.
Undo it. Let's find out.
We'll call it good then. Record breaking.
Record breaking. All right. All right. So for Klingspor's Woodworking Shop, I'm Mike Z.
I'm Chris.
And we'll see you all later.
Get to clamping.